I don't know that I have my expert deliveries just yet. So I may have a problem coming up real soon. Just based on how fast they're giving me gear.
Ah, there you are, Meteor. I've seen you've been training hard as ever. Ha, your eyes are starting to have sharpness of a predator about them. Last time you learned the basics of combinations, today I would have you build on that knowledge. I've set up 5 wooden dummies outside the guild along the merchant strip. By way of a warm-up, I want you to deal each a solid boot-shine combo. Oh, don't mind the townfolk who gather to watch.
Okay. Let's do it to it. I may have to break. I may have to break from doing class quests to go do Grand Company quests so that I can clear my inventory. They care. Is it just a single one? Yeah, that's easy enough. Okay. One more? Oh, 5. 5? My gosh. This is a path. I see Zeron came in and typed Omni. Brian and I are chasing each other to Omni. Every other week, though, I'm going to start doing lore stuff. And every other one of those is going to be on this character. So this character is not my Omni character. It's not my main. So, I'm catching up with him. But, and I'm not at 98. I think that hasn't updated. I think I'm down to 90. So I think I need to update the bot. So I'm right on him. I haven't caught him. I'm a couple levels. Assuming he didn't level at all when he got to play over the weekend. Because I think he was playing, waiting for like Final Fantasy XI to get an update. And he's been doing a lot of PvP lately. He's been working on his Red Mage, which I think is at 87. So he should be coming up on 90 somewhere in there. It was on 87 when I last checked, like last Thursday.
Oh, the wooden dummies have felt your wrath. Good. Now we can move on to your lesson. When you first came to us, oh, that was at least an hour ago, I taught you that combinations make a pugilist. What you need to know next is not any hodgepodge of strikes makes a combination. There's an order to things, a natural flow from one technique to another. Today, I would have you practice one of the most elementary combinations in the pugilist arsenal. Goes like this. Lead with a swift boot-shine combo. Keep your foe off balance with a true strike. Then bring it home with a blistering snap punch. With practice, combinations such as this will become second nature. They must if you expect to become an accomplished pugilist. Now, you'll need some opponents to practice on. The Kakiran that infests the rat's nest in the central Thanalan ought to serve. Hit him with a snap punch 3 times, and we'll call it a lesson learned.
Heyman, what did the Kakiran do to deserve this? My experience with Ul'dah to this point in the story has taught me that sometimes Thanalan might be villainizing a local population because they want access to the resources that that local population is controlling. So, we'll see. You wonder if PvP affects the road to 80 buff. Maybe, but the PvP experience is actually best if you do... Oh, I don't have anything on this character. The Frontlines Roulette, your roulette bonus is the best PvP experience. The experience you get from Crystal Conflict, I made a video about it on Gaming Kinda that goes over the amount of experience you're getting per hour. It's pretty trash. Like you're playing Crystal Conflict because you're having fun. And that's awesome. We're starting to have to go real distances. It's time to motorcycle up. Plus, I've got my leather jacket. I'm ready to go. So, we get out here. So, like, I get that, like, hornets and marmots and stuff are, like, vermin. Right? That the ore bones here may have... It's possible maybe the people of Danaland cleared out the natural predator and now the ore bones have over-infested, so they've got to keep them in check. You know, I get that antling workers may be thriving under certain weather conditions and maybe overdue. But as you start to get into more human-like things, as you start to get into Kikirin, especially when you get into beast tribes, Amalja, the golems in Copperbell, which is, you know, in Danaland, these start to be creatures that have a culture, they have a language, they have the ability to build structures. We interact with Kikirin from time to time. So, I do wonder why, in theory, all new recruits, all new pugilists, so, like, we're not talking about monks here. Any Thanaland kid that wants to get out in the world and learn a martial art as a skill, and doesn't maybe have the resources to join something that requires armor or something, like, this seems like a relatively affordable way to learn to defend yourself. Post-Calamity, I can see a lot of people, the Pugilist Guild, appealing to people. And the idea that every single new recruit is coming out here and killing 3 Kikirin, like, this is devastating. Like, I don't even know how this tribe is still here. Every single person who wants to pick up this class comes out here and kills 3 of these. That's awful. Maybe 4. I was trying to mount up and this one attacked me for... Probably because he saw me murdering their rats. So they breed fast. I mean... I don't know. It feels like a problem. They're rats. We're kind of awful. You can just walk up and they attack anyway? Yeah, when I'm in their space. Like, they're not attacking me over here. Like, canonically, you have to be a place that we have so fondly nicknamed the Rat's Nest. They have a spawn rate of 1 every few minutes, so I don't see a problem from a population standpoint. So imagine if we competed on Earth with a race that had a gestation period longer than ours. Something closer to like elephants, or longer, right? When you get into like 14-month, 20-month gestations, and they looked at us the same way. The value of a single life is not worth it because there are many lives. There are 7 billion humans, so like, why care about any one? Why is it a big deal to care about any one? It doesn't really matter, right? Because there's so many more. I mean, think of the number of humans that are going to be born today. How many humans are born per day? 385,000. 385,000 are born per day. So, does it matter? Like, if I walk out of my house and I get in my car and I pull out to the intersection and get just destroyed by a truck, there's 385,000 new people today. So, like, the Kikirin, like, from their perspective, Bugalists are coming in every day and they're just murdering 3 of them. There might be days that there's multiple new ones. Right? So we have multiple new fighters rolling out there and just 3-shot wrecking these guys with brass knuckles to practice technique. And then the Kikirin are like, hey, why do you keep killing us? And the pugilists are like, well, but there's like a bunch of you, right? So like, does it matter? Does it even matter? I mean, there's so many. I mean, you guys breed like rats. That's why, instead of asking you guys the name of your place where you like, why you guys live here, is it like a significance of resources? Is it the last stand that you've been pushed back to? Is there like a cultural or religious significance to the place that you've called home? We just call it the rat's nest. It's just not worth giving like a real name because you guys are just vermin. I mean, we're having this conversation because you can talk and I can talk, but like, are you really different than a wasp? And so we're just devastating this population. We're just wiping them out. Hundreds at a time. Each one is its own tragedy. And we're doing them in threes. So they're never like, we lost one today and we can all mourn that person. No. We're doing it 3 at a time. They are only getting removed 3 at a time. Heyman here.
I was raised in a time when a man could just hate another species for being another species.
I can tell that. You're from Old Ah.
You already mastered the snap punch combination. Cracky, you're a natural at it, just like I was. Feels good. Exterminating lives. Not to brag, but I happen to be a veritable storm of flying fists when the mood strikes me. I sometimes just go out and kill and kill and kill. I'd treat you to a demonstration here now, except, well,
I'm liable to tear down the entire guild in the process. Master Heyman has a penchant for regaling us with the tales of his exploits, but there's never a mounted demonstration. His favorite is his victory over the fearsome marauder, Wild Axe, whom he felled with a combination so swift and seamless that they say you couldn't see his hands, or so the legend goes.
that one never gets old.
Our dearest Master Humility aside, your progress is truly astounding, Meteor. If I don't keep on my toes, you'll surpass me in a matter of moons. Minutes. You meant to say minutes. We've been at this, like, under an hour. You meant to... minutes. I don't need 28-day cycles.
Just between you and me, Judo's been a slump of late. It all began when her closest friend and guildmate suddenly up and disappeared. Ruakuda's the lad's name, and he and Judo joined the guild together. They actually slayed Kakirin together. That day they got into a whole competition. Man, they must have killed 30 or 40 of them. Just tragedy. It was so funny. Oh, the 2 of them were born refugees. They were orphaned in the calamity. Not long after I was made guildmaster, I found them on the streets, starved near to death. I did what any decent man would. Took them in, clothed them, fed them, took their money to give to strangers to retrieve and sometimes give back to them. When they were strong again, they said they wanted to become pugilists just like me, so I trained them as well. Since then, they've been best friends and rivals both. One helping the other to raise up. Who knew what's to become of Ruakuda? Ugh. But we're talking about you, Meteor. You impressed me yet again, and I hope you continue to do so. Keep up the good work, you hear?
I just blankly stare at him. I'm gonna take the money because we're out of space. Okay, so now I need to go find level 15. Because we're way behind. So I got to level 11. Hunting log is my best bet. I don't even have Guild Hests unlocked. My god. My god. So, Central, Western, 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 Western. Alright. So it looks like Western is where I need to be. So let's go ruin some lives here. Just shred local populations with no moral qualms about it. I mean, I did, after all, get given a piece of paper that said, just go out and just murder. Want some help leveling? If you want. Should be pretty fast. I just need 4. Hunting log is going to be the big one. Oh, I can fly again. I forgot I could fly. I was leveling all those other ones and I hadn't finished AR, so I couldn't fly. Alright, this will be much, much faster. Should be easy. I don't know why I didn't think my motorcycle could fly. What was I thinking? I'm really just kind of making a lap all the way down. I cannot believe Silver Bazaar does not have a Aetheryte. From just like an economic standpoint, it's ridiculous that you would have this significant of a location and not have an Aetheryte. I don't know. Just because it's a known export point. So, like, the Silver Bazaar would function as the source to Ul'dah for all naval trading. So anything coming in from Limsa or Thavner would come in through the Silver Bazaar. So why it wouldn't be worth the investment of an Aetheryte is a little bit ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense. There we go. I could do guild bounties as well, yeah. Those would be good. Grand Company bounties. Those are here. I don't have a ranged attack? When do I get a ranged attack? That's awful. Alright, so that one's done. So, where's the next one? I need to either find higher level stuff now that Chris is here, or I need to move up. Come on. Bigger, better things. Here we go. Here's some little tents. And a midge swarm. Beautiful. There we go. Whoa. I never get a ranged attack? Why do I not remember that? My main got Monk to 90. Was that just me complaining about that to the point that I don't remember that trauma? That's awful. Why would they do that? That's so bad. That's so awful. Like, why? I mean, a warrior is throwing mini axes. I don't know where they come from. It doesn't matter. Alright, I was hoping for higher level stuff or more hunt log stuff. Do I have more stuff here? I'm in Western Thamland, so I need to go back to Hammerley or over to the Central. Let's finish this whole section up. So Hammerley is the southern section here. And it's the... I'm looking for Spriggan Grave Robbers. So if they are grave robbers, where is there a grave? Nofika Wells, maybe? Where is there a grave to rob? I don't... Oh, here we go. Muggers. These have been labeled as muggers. So, like, I feel much less ethically problematic about literally just wiping them all out. You know? Like, preying on society here. So, like, they made their choice. I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's 13. Does that finish? I'm still looking for Spriggan Grave Robbers. I literally don't even know where there's a grave in Hammerley. So the fact... I don't know, like, where... Which is also pretty distasteful, so, like, I'm happy to go wipe them out. I don't know why others haven't done it sooner. That's the goblet. How high up does it go before it's Horizon's Edge? That's Central Thanalan. Looking for a grave. Does it say Blackbrush? Oh, maybe I'm just misreading. Oh, it does say Blackbrush. I don't know why I read Hammerley. Okay. That explains why I don't know where that is, because it doesn't exist. Alright. That makes way more sense. There would absolutely be graves in Central Thanalan. Done. There's also Amal-Jah here. Right? Maybe. Yeah, there's all sorts of distasteful things when you get up here. The Amal-Jah are kind of a hard thing, because, like, we've made it such a nasty thing at this point that, like, I don't know how we're not every bit as disgusted with them as they are with us. So, like, I don't know how we strike peace with the Amal-Jah, like, race-wide. I see how we can get along with a select few. People who can see above the fray. But, like, ones who have been directly affected by tragedy just may not be open to ever getting along, and I just don't see how it ever gets better. Alright. You guys just had spell people, right? 22. 22. 18, 22. That's close to where I am. Okay. Oh, the excavation site. Nice. Yes. Let's do that. Can we go in here? Like, how cool would that be? Is this supposed to be a, How come we didn't get a dungeon there? It feels like a good place for a bonus dungeon. I mean, clearly there's something of value there. Like, there's an entire troop of grave robbers here. I don't know. If you click the link, it gives you the marker. Oh! Okay. These guys have been stealing. They've been robbing graves. So we're just gonna wreck them all. Keep it moving. I don't really want to get bit by bugs. They all gotta die. Every single one of them. Alright, so that should be 14. Gosh, there must be a lot of profit here. They're already back. So let's jump down and see F. This will give me a marker? Like a hunt will? The clutch. You can click the link. What link? So, like, I thought you meant, like, it was, like, hunts. Alright. Just do it to it. Oh, your link. Okay. I thought you meant that I was just doing hunting all wrong. All these years I was doing in a Realm Reborn feature that is never supported in Heavensward wrong. I was gonna feel real dumb. I mean, it happens. I do still learn things about this game like that, but... Alright. Let's kill some crocodiles. Some salamander crocodile things. Slimy. Gross. And then hopefully this gets me close to 15. What is this cave? Whoop. There we go. Sorry, I assumed Chris was here. There we go. That's most of it. I don't know what this cave is. It's kind of cool. Is there anything back here? Besides just the fact that I'm going to level in here? What are you guys doing back in here? I could do fates. I could do fates. This is faster. Because I don't have AoE, I would need other people that could sink down. And, like, Chris is helping me right now. But if we fate, he has to sink. And if he sinks, like, the advantage, we drop down to being just 2 people. As opposed to, at level 80 or 90 or whatever he is, like, he's brokenly powerful to help me right now. It takes advantage of... So, if 2 parties attack a monster, both parties get experience. If 1 party attacks a monster, they share the experience. Now, if both parties are like level 10, that makes no difference. It's all the same thing. However, if 1 party has a level 90 in it, that party gets basically no experience because it just gets soaked into a class that can't receive it. But by being in 2 separate parties, I get my experience for the kill. He gets his experience, which is none. And so it takes advantage of that. It's the same theory that sits behind 4x2 farming in World of Warcraft, which takes advantage of the group loot system and causes it to generate 8 times the loot per monster, which when you pair that with like putting 1 monk in each party and then 3 druids in each party, you've now maximized the kill rate, and you can get like hundreds to sometimes thousands of gold more per hour than you would otherwise. Because your number of kills per hour jumps from like 500 to like 3,500 per person, and that's being multiplied by 8. And then when you added multi-boxing on top, there were people that sometimes, like out of those 8 characters, that wasn't 8 players, that was 2 players or 1 player. So it's the same theory. You're taking advantage of the combat system.
Ah! There you are, Meteor. I hope you've come prepared for a lesson. Today, I want you to go and fight the toxic toads that nest near the unholy air. Make no mistake, son. These toads are huge. That means they'll have huge guts. And that's beside the point. The point is, you'll need to use your head to overcome them.
What? Why did you get off in the weeds about guts then?
Thanks to their immense girth, these toads hit hard. Fortunately, they tend to hit wild as well. So bide your time, wait for an opening. When that opening shows, thwack, rip, and tear through your foe with your fists. As proof that you defeated the toads, I want you to bring me back 5 of their legs. Judo and I'll be waiting for you at Blackbrush Station. Your lesson continues there.
He didn't specify like 5 front left legs. So I could just go rip, I could go kill one, take all 4 of its legs, and rip 1 leg off of another one, leaving it alive to recover. Just wound it, remove a leg, and bring it back, and Heyman would be like,
good job, son. Good job. I could tell here this one was still alive, and I like that. I think that's a real fine thing you did there.
what the heck, man? This is gross. Alright, off to the clutch. Let's kill some huge toads. 5 legs. Oh, it's definitely taking advantage of... It's not against TOS. It is definitely taking advantage of the way the combat system works. Same with 4x2 farming. 4x2 farming is not against terms of service within WoW. It doesn't mean they have to be thrilled that players are doing it. But to fix it would require a big change. Because imagine if we went back to, like, enemy tagging where you couldn't get rewards. That's an old RPG system. Has anything Heyman said indicated he's a particularly careful or discriminating individual? No, he's awful. He's awful. He is our least aware class trainer yet. He has no knowledge. None. About the way the world works and all that mess with it. So I can hop over here and I can help this person. So I'm pulling one leg off of each toad, which maximizes the amount of damage I'm doing. Do. Come on. Because if you give partial experience, it kind of grieves players, right? Where, like, now because somebody else was here killing this, I get less. So, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. This game's not that... Honestly, this game doesn't really hold experience in that high of a regard. So it's not really an issue. Like, the game doesn't take experience seriously, so neither should we. Like, as a general rule, Final Fantasy XIV is pretty fast and loose with experience. So it is better to avoid griefing than to worry about suddenly getting strict about a system that we have yet to be strict on in any other way. Oh, Heyman! Coming on out to see me.